Uh, See, now today we are going to start Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Sorry, it is also known as Patanjali Yoga Darshan. Here, what is darshan? Have any idea about what is darshan? Anyone? Or so called in English, it is called as philosophy. What do you mean by philosophy? You can unmute and speak. Just introduction, you can unmute and speak. Once the class is start.
1 minute. 1 minute. Recording is going on. I have to stop the recording.
Okay. Stop the recording. Pass the recording there.
Huh?
Pass the recording.
Apps, whiteboard, recording. Pause the recording. Yeah. Yeah.
So darshanam means darshanam eti darshanam. One who experience until is known as a philosophy or darshan. So in Indian philosophy, we have shed darshans, 6. Basically, I told the darshan is divided into two categories. One is astic and another is the nastic. Astic means one who believes. Sir, mute. Meenan sir. One who believes in Vedas is known as astic. One who does not believe in Vedas is known as nastic. In astic darshan, there are 6. So it is called as shed darshans. Wherever you see, in Indian philosophy, they say shed darshans. What are they? Nyaya, Vaisheshika is a one pair. Sankhya, Yoga is the other pair. Purva and Uttara Mimamsa. So we leave about other 4. We'll see Sankhya and Yoga. Because we are seeing about Yoga, we have to know what is Sankhya. Sankhya means you can tell number. There are 25 numbers in Sankhya Darshan. They generally say Sankhya is theoretical yoga and yoga is practical Sankhya. So this is a relationship between Sankhya and yoga. So what we are seeing, we'll keep Sankhya aside. Now today exclusively we are coming to Yoga Darshan. Who has written this? Patanjali, the great sage Patanjali. So if you see, for Hindus they say Bible. Hindus, what we do, we go with Bhagavad Gita. Generally Christians go with Bible and Muslims with Quran. So they are like holy books to them. And everybody has to read that books because there's a lot of information. Similarly, for a yogi, Yoga Sutras are very important. We have to know the Yoga Sutras. The sage Patanjali has written this Yoga Sutras. Total, there are 196 sutras. But one is they have removed one sutra and now they say they have 195 sutras. If 196 is there, 196 is right. If 196 not there, 195. Because one sutra is extended of the other sutra, so they have taken and they have kept only 195 sutras. If you see, what is a sutra? Sutra is nothing but very simple. Maximum information in minimum words. Our basic understanding. Sutra means maximum information in minimum words. If you see a thread, what happens? The sutra, one pearl will be arranged with the other to make a mala. So here also there is a systematic arrangement. And you can call it as a formula. If you see, E is equal to mc square. You have different formulas. You can go with the physics, chemistry. What happens? The maximum information will be given in the minimum formula. But if you derive it, it may be one word like E is equal to mc square. Is there no energy? If you derive, it will come pages. So that much information is stored only in a single formula. Even sutra is nothing but a formula. So maximum information stored in minimum words. Before going to the sutras, we'll pray salutations to the great sage Patanjali. Okay. Join your hands. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmin. So what we are doing, the first salutations to Patanjali is Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi. Means I am saluting to the great sage among the sages, Patanjali. Why? Because Yogena Chittasya. For Chitta, he has given yoga. Padena Vacha. For speech, he has given grammar. Patanjali not only written Yoga Darshan, along with this, he also written other Shastras also. For speech, what he has written grammar. Malam Sharirasya Chavaidhyakena. He also written Ayurveda for Malam means the intoxication is there in the body, diseases in the body. So he also written Ayurveda. So such a great sage, we are bowing to you. So this is the meaning of the Yogena Chittasya. It's a salutations to Patanjali, what we are doing. There is one more. This is like describing how Patanjali is. Abahu Purushakaram Shankh Chakrasidharinam Sahasra Sheersam Svetam Namami Patanjalim. So first one is we are saying like what Patanjali has given to us. Next is describing the Patanjali. See, Abahu Purushakaram. He has shape of a human from hand to head because we say he's an incarnation of Adishesha. Means he's in a serpentine form. So what he's saying from the hands to head, he's in the form of human. Shankh Chakrasidan, in one hand he holds the conch and disc on the other hand. Shankh Chakra, both. Sahasra Sheersam Svetam. So what? He's been the incarnation of Adishesha. How many heads Adishesha have? So he's saying he's an incarnation of Adishesha. Sahasra Sheersam Svetam. Namami Patanjali. So we are saluting to the great sage Patanjali. So these are the whatever the offerings or the salutations we are giving to the Patanjali. Now we'll see what is this Yoga Darshan. In Yoga Darshan, I told we have 195 sutras. So what you can see here is the chapters. So how many chapters we have? We have 4 chapters. Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, Vibhuti Pada and Kaivalya Pada. So if you see, they are starting with Samadhi Pada. Samadhi means concentration. Sadhana means practice. Vibhuti means powers. Kaivalya means liberation. So Patanjali Yoga Sutras start with Samadhi Pada. How many sutras we have in Samadhi Pada? 51. Sadhana Pada 55. Vibhuti Pada 55. And that one missing sutra comes in the Vibhuti Pada. Actually, Vibhuti Pada has 56. So that extension sutra is removed. So we have 55. And Kaivalya Pada is 34. Total, if you see, how many we have? We have 195 sutras. So according to syllabus, we are going to learn. So where we start? Ata Patanjali Yoga Darshanam, Ata Samadhi Padaha. The first sutra is called as Mangala Sutra, means the auspicious sutra. We call it. Generally any book or anything they start with the auspicious. Here also we are starting with Atha Atha Yoganusasanam. You can chant again for 3 times. What is that? Atha Yoganusasanam. Atha Yoga Anusasanam. You can divide it as Atha Yoga Anusasanam. There are the 3 words in it. So what is Atha? Atha means now, the auspicious, or a prayer. What is Yog? Generally we know it's a Yog union, we call it as. I think you have done with the definitions yesterday, right? Different definitions. What is that? Yog. What are the Yoga Samadhi? Yoga Karma Sukha Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So here Yog means you can make it a joining, union. What is that? Union of Jivatma with Paramatma. Whatever is that, that Yog, so-called Yog, Anusasanam means directed, or we are starting it, whatever you may think. Atha, now, the Yog, Anusasanam means now we are beginning the discipline of yoga, you can say. What is the first sutra saying? Atha means now, yoga means union or joining. Anusasanam means you can make it a discipline, or we are starting. You can make it as a self-discipline also. Sasanam means discipline. Anusasan means a self-discipline which comes inside. So now we are starting the self-disciplined yoga. This is the first sutra. Atha Yoga Anusasanam. When you combine, it becomes Atha Yoga Anusasanam. Clear? Next one is very important. Very, very important sutra. This is called as Lakshana Sutra, or the very, very important sutra. The whole, according to the Patanjali Yoga, what is the definition of yoga? Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is this? Yoga means you already know union. You have Chitta means you can call it as mind stuff. Vritti means modifications or the fluctuations. Nirodha means mastery. Means it's a mastery over the fluctuations in the mind, or the it is known as it's a mastery over the modifications in the thoughts. See, what happens if we went to a sweet shop? We have seen one sweet. So what our mind says, okay, this sweet is good. But besides, there is some Bengali sweet. What happens? Immediately thought shifts from this sweet to the Bengali sweet. So again, what happens from here? There is something namkeen. So mind shifts to that. So what happens? It is a process. So what happens? Your mind is fluctuating. Your thoughts are fluctuating. So what he's saying is, so restricting or modifying that fluctuating thoughts is yoga. So you have n number of thoughts. So what you are doing, slowly, that fluctuations is removed, and you have brought it onto the single point. If you can see, when there is a water body, if you throw a simple stone, what happens? There is a wave circle is formed. That circle will create one more circle. That circle will create one more. You can see n number of waves, right? So what happens? A single thought will leads to the fluctuating and modification of thoughts and becomes n number. So that fluctuations mastery is known as yoga, according to Patanjali. If you see here, we have chitta means mind, or you can take mind stuff or consciousness, whatever you want, you can take. Generally, the word is mind stuff. Vritti means thoughts. So what we are doing, whatever thoughts there in the mind, we are mastering. That process is known as yoga. We have different vrittis here. Will come in the next slokas. But we have chitta. What is chitta? Chitta bhumis we can call it as. Chitta means states of mind. Shipta, Muda, Vishipta, Ekagra, Niruddha. So these are the different states of the mind we have. Vrittis are Pramana Viparya Vikalpa Nidra Smutaya. These are the vrittis. So that we'll see in depth. But as of now, what is yoga? Chitta Vritti Nirodha means mastery over the fluctuations in the mind. That is yoga. So, see, if fluctuations of mind is mastered, then what happens? That will come in the next sloka. Tadadrastu swarupe avasthanamu. Tada means when, then. When this chitta vritti nirodha is happened, then what happens? Drastu means the soul or the seer. Swarupe means in his own or the real self, avasthanam will establish. Means if chitta vritti nirodha state is happened, then we will establish in our real self. See, if you are near a water body, there is no movement, no fluctuations in the body, then how you can see? You can see the surface of the water very clean, right or wrong? Suppose in a river or anything. But if there is a small stone thrown into the body, then what happens? Then the fluctuations will come. You cannot see the surface very clearly. Even in the night times, you can see the moon and everything very clearly visible on the water body. Similarly, when there is no fluctuations, you have mastered the fluctuations, then what happens? You will establish in your real self, because we are dominated by our vrittis. What we say, so and so is very anger. How we are recognizing him? We are recognizing him because of his vrittis. So, when that vritti is removed, then we will establish in our real self. Similarly, like a water body, lake or anything, if there are no fluctuations, no waves, you can see depth of the body. You can see the surface of the lake. Small disturbance occurs, then completely will disturb. You cannot see it clearly. The same thing this is saying. Tada drastu swarupe avasthanam. When the seer established in chitta vritti nirodha state, then he can establish in his own self. Okay. If suppose if that chitta vritti nirodha state is not happened, then what happens? See, if state is happened, then he will establish into his real self. If that state is not happened, vritti sarupyam itaratra means the other people who does not in the state of chitta vritti nirodha, they will identified by their vrittis. Vrittis means behavior. You can take fluctuations, modifications, state of mind. Swarupyam means identification, likeness. What itaratra means the other time or the other people. What we have seen, if that state is happened, you will establish in your real self. If that state is not happened, then what happens? The other people will establish in their vrittis. Whatever is their vritti thought process, in there only, in that process only they will be. This is vritti sarupyam itaratra. So here we have seen vritti sarupyam. So we will see what happens is vrittis. These vrittis are vrittaya, panchataya, klista, aklista. What we have seen, vrittis means the modifications of thoughts, right? They are panchataya, means fivefold. How many are there? Fivefold. See, with this fivefold vrittis, it may be klista or aklista. Means because of this vrittis, you may be painful or it may not be painful. Suppose there is a vritti called smriti, the memory. Sometimes what happens with memory may give us pain. Sometimes it may not give us. So these five vrittis may be klista or aklista, means they may cause pain, they may not cause. That is klista and aklista. What we have seen, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. If you are established in that state, then what happens? Vritti sarupya sadadastu swarupa avasthana, means you will establish in your own self. If not, vritti sarupyam itaratra. So other people will establish in their vrittis, means in their thoughts or in their behavior. So what these vrittis are, they are fivefold. What are they? They are fivefold. And they may cause pain or they may not cause pain. They may be painful, they may not be painful. This vrittis. So here is mentioning, see the sequencing. See why I am telling you very clearly means, see the sequencing. First he has started, so we are beginning with the science, self-discipline science of yoga. Then he have given the definition of yoga. So see, it's like what he's saying is then saying, if you get this state, then what is the benefit? See the sequencing, how we say, see, if you study well, you will get a good job. This is what we say to the students. So first of all, he's giving us the benefits. Next, he's saying if you does not establish in state, then what happens? Vritti sarupya. Itaratra. So what are these vrittis? He's saying these vrittis are fivefold and it may cause pain or it may not cause pain. Then he comes to explain what are these vrittis. So everything is sutra. See how you see a thread, everything is interlocked one by one. Here also you can see the sequence. Everything comes in a sequence. What are these five vrittis? You can see pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, smrutaya. Pramana, vikalpa, pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, and smruti. What is pramana? Generally, we say, okay, what is pramana for this? Means we can call it as proof. If you see the old people, if we say something, they'll ask, what is pramana for this? What is the proof for this? So, pramana means experience and knowledge or correct knowledge or the right knowledge. Viparyaya, indiscrimination, or you can say like drawing conclusions. Viparyaya. Vikalpa means verbal delusion. Spruti, nidra means sleep. See how sleep becomes a thought. Okay, direct perception. See, if we see something, it's okay. By seeing something, we'll draw some conclusion. That is also fine. Vikalpa means by listening something, okay, we'll do something. Nidra, sleep. How we'll establish in thoughts in sleep? See, by seeing something, we'll get a thought. Okay. That we'll see. Next, smruti. Smruti means memory. In memory, by memory also, we'll get the thoughts. What is this? Pramana. 3 times to remember. Pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, smruti. Next, Pratyaksha Anumana Agamaha Pramanani. What is Pramanani? Pratyaksha Anumana Agamaha. Pratyaksha means direct perception. Whatever we can take as pramana, according to yoga, there are three. According to other darshans, there are even more. But according to yoga, there are only three pramanas. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agama. What is Pratyaksha means? Direct perception. Anumana means interference. What I said previously, drawing conclusions. Agama means whatever written in Vedas is also known as Shabda Pramana. We take Vedas as also proofs. Vedas are also known as Agamas. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agama. What is Pratyaksha means? I am seeing you directly. So I can say, who is that? Gopinathan sir is there, Usha ji is there. So both have attended the class. How I am saying? This is direct perception. And we see some person and say, we'll ask his father name, okay. And we'll say that you look same like your father or like your mother. How we direct perception. We have seen him directly. Anumana. Anumana means we see a smoke on a top of a hill and we say that there is a fire. We cannot see the fire. This is how we are drawing conclusions, inference. Because without fire, there will not be any smoke. Or what happens on a rainy day, early morning, we'll go to the terrace and we say that, yes, yesterday night there was a rain. How? By seeing the floor was wet. So how we are doing? By seeing the floor is wet, we say that there was rain yesterday. So what we are doing? We are drawing conclusion. It becomes Anumana. Pratyaksha means whatever is there, we are doing direct perception. Anumana means drawing conclusions or the inference. The third one is Agama. The traditional sacred text or the scriptural reference, testimonials or direct communication from others who have knowledge. So generally, other communications means nothing but gurus will take them. But Agamaha means it's like whatever there is in our Vedas. This Agamaha is also known as Shabda Pramana. Because how Vedas is the Shruti and Smruti literature. So it comes from the Shruti means hearing. So that's why it is called as Shabda Pramana. So how many Pramanas we have? Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agamaha, Pramanani. So once you go with the sutra, it will be very easy to understand what is there in Yoga Darshan. So next, Viparyayo Mithyagnanam Athadupa Pratistam. Viparyayo means unreal, Mithyagnanam means illusionary knowledge, Atadrupam not in its own form. Pratistam means occupying or being. You can say it as an illusionary or false knowledge. All we can say is, suppose we are walking in the dark. What we see? We see something has touched our feet. We think it's a snake. But when we on the torch, it will become it is rope. So what we are doing with our false knowledge or the illusionary knowledge, or what we do, we are thinking rope as a snake. So this is viparyayo. Generally, what we do, we have a lot of illusions. So instead of one, we think about other. So that is viparyaya. The third one is Shabda Gnananupati Vastu Shunyo Vikalpaha. Shabda Gnanam means verbal knowledge. Anupati followed in the sequence. Vastu Shunyo means that object is not present. It is known as Vikalpa. So what happens by hearing something, we say, okay, this aeroplane is going. Or by hearing something, we say this is so and so animal. We have not seen the object, but only with the verbal, only with the sound, we are identifying or we are recognizing it. Verbal illusion followed from the words having no reality. Even for the best example, we can say what we have from childhood, we have listened that if you do good things, you will go to heaven. If you do bad things, you go to hell. Heaven will be so beautiful. There will be Ramba, Urvasi, Menaka. You have always dancing, fun, eating, everything. Hell is present. The king of the hell is Mr. Yamatarmaraja. He's ready with the hunter. Nice, you will go. You will make nice mirchis, nice bhaji, right? So this is what? This is verbal illusion, right? We never saw it, but we are listening it. Shabda Gnanam Anupati means just following in a sequence, but Vastu Shunyo, that object is not there. That is known as Vikalpa. So anything, object we don't have, but there is only the verbal. What is that? That is known as Vikalpa. Abhava Pratyayalambana Bhuttir Nidra. Abhava means non-existence. Uh, see, here, what sleep, how we get thoughts in the sleep. If you see, we will sleep, we don't have anything, but after getting from the sleep, we feel, okay, my body is nice today. So in sleep, you don't have, but getting up from the sleep, you get a feeling, you get a thought. That's why Patanjali also added Nidra as a Vritti. Sometimes you feel great. Sometimes what happens, you feel lazy. So you get different kinds of thoughts and you feel something happened in the sleep. At that time, you don't know, but after getting up, you recollect, you get that thoughts or vrittis. So this is why he's added Nidra also a vritti. Non-existence. Abhava means there is no existence or non-presence. Pratyaya means going towards it or the knowledge. Alambana, support. Vritti means you know the thought or the fluctuations is punas in the sleep with the vritti, which embraces the feeling of voidness. Because in sleep you don't have nothing, in the sound sleep, but after getting up you feel what happened in it. So that's why it's considered to be a vritti. The fifth vritti is Anubhuta Vishaya Asampramosha Smriti. Anubhuta means what we have experienced. Vishaya means it may be object, anything. Asampramosha.
Abhinav,
Huh.
in first day 10 sutras are more than sufficient because these are
Okay, sir.
very important sutras. You can stop it. I'm stopping the
This is the last. This is the last. This will end the thing. So I'll end with this.
last one. Okay.
Last one. So I don't want to stop in middle. So Anubhuta means whatever we have experienced on an object, that is known as smriti, memory. Suppose we have eaten some food somewhere else, and what we get, we feel like, okay, the taste is same like something else where we have eaten. Otherwise, you'll see a beautiful rose flower, and you say this flower is similar to the flower where we have seen. So how we get and we understand all this? Because it is registered in our memory. So that's why all these vrittis are coming from our memory, smruti. So smruti is a fifth vritti. So sir, I'm closing here. You can stop the recording.